Hey y'all, I'm Alice in Wonderland. Um, don't mind the screen. I was just watching LAR movement, but this does not actually have anything to do with him. I might talk about some of his stuff later though. I haven't watched him in a very long time, like I would say some years. But shout out to him. He's a OG. I remember him back in the Dizzy. But anyway, I actually wanted to talk about something completely unrelated. This is about this video I saw on Storm Monroe's channel about Jay Z and Beyonce. So he is like predicting that they're going to split in the future because he's going to be caught in an expose exposing his relationships with underage girls as well as some of his outside children, and that Beyonce would then, leave him because she's going to want to preserve her brand and her image, even though she would, of course, obviously already knew about all this stuff. So all of this is just like speculation. And another thing that Storm said was that Beyonce and Jay Z have been living separate lives for some time. So celebrity gossip is, it's cool, whatever. Honestly, all gossip is not cool, but there's no but. It's no real but. It's just not cool. However, we all, engage in it from time to time. And it's mostly because of the way that celebrities are treated in our society. So for some reason, basically because of capitalism, if you're rich, then you are upheld as if you are a top member of society, and everybody wants more money because of capitalism. So when you see people that have money, we like to believe that we can somehow live through them, or that if we listen to them or know enough about them, then maybe one day we'll obtain their level of wealth. At least that is like the subconscious thought. Also, you might feel like you have money if you feel like you're aligned or adjacent to them in some kind of way. It's a weird thing when people do like live vicariously through these people. Like mm, I could say a lot of things right now, but I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes before I make my own point. So the whole thing about like Jay Z being with underage, females, and so this guy Storm Monroe, he was saying that Jay Z used to have a relationship with R. Kelly, and they did. They were gonna go on tour. They got into like something. If y'all are old enough, you remember like the controversy around the Lightning Man. It's the lighting. It was the lighting man, but I think R. Kelly said the Lightning Man. So it was like a joke for a little while. But they were supposed to go on tour, and they didn't. But they were definitely like dealing with each other business wise. And obviously, we know R. Kelly is serving time for being like a sexual predator of underage people. Um, but sometimes it's right in front of your face. Like there's no reason to me. There's no reason to be like, oh my gosh, Jay Z, like clutch my pearls. I see no reason to even look at it in that way. It's pretty obvious that he had dealings with like teenage girls. Um, for one, like, yeah, we could say he was hanging out with R. Kelly, but look at the example of R. Kelly. Like, he was blatantly dealing with somebody who was underage, with Aaliyah. Like, it wasn't even hidden at all. And quite similarly, for Jay-Z. Like, he was dealing with Beyonce when she was 17, and he literally groomed her. It's not well hidden at all. It's just the problem is that, for one, we do have this society that upholds people with money. So he has money, she has money, and for some reason we think that means that, look at these fools on the road. For some reason we think it means that they get to live a different type of life, and like in some cases it is true. Like I had said in a couple of videos before, that I don't look at Rihanna and her choice in who she wants to have a relationship with or who she wants to have children with, and her not being married and stuff like that. Like, I don't see that as representing anything for, black women or the black family or anything. These are like extremely rich people. Rihanna is like a billionaire. If she wants to have like a bunch of babies with like 10 different dudes, if she wants to be like the female Nick Cannon, she can do whatever she wants to. Like, seriously, it has nothing to do with black representation whatsoever. But that's a different matter. That's her free will. She's a consenting adult. She can do whatever she wants with her body, with her bank account. Um, in the case of like this situation with Beyonce and Jay Z, when Jay Z was grooming her when she was like 17 years old, they're literally sitting up talking on the phone and she's keeping it a secret. She kept their entire relationship a secret until they were pretty much married. And then she's gonna stupidly start recounting their courtship, which was like, girl, this was totally fucking wrong. This nigga is old as hell. Why is he even talking to you? Why is he allowed to talk to you? Like, why is this old dude talking to this teenager? And then she's having to lie about it. First of all, anytime you're like underage, just that in and of itself, regardless of money or status, it's like a huge power imbalance. And then it's shady as hell because she lied about it all. She kept it under wraps to protect him, from judgment. Because, hey, that's the judgment. The judgment is, what are you doing talking to a teenager, bro? Her mind is not fully cultivated. She's not capable of impulse control. She's You're getting all up in her mind, um, getting all up into her mind, having her like fantasizing about you, thinking about you, getting like attached to you mentally, because that's how women fall in love, is between our ears, honey. And he's the kind of dude you got to fall in love between your ears. Okay, not to be rude. I actually don't think he's ugly. Like, I know a lot of people do, but I'm just saying he ain't no pretty nigga either. Um, but he is someone who you're gonna have to be the friend. You're gonna have to fall in love slowly, or you're gonna have to be indoctrinated. I just see it that way. Or you're gonna have to have a lot of money and have a bunch of groupies and gold diggers jumping at you. So he went the route of grooming and indoctrinating. And she's young and impressionable. Even if she has money, even if she's a performer, those people are even more sheltered. She doesn't even have a high school education. Like, real talk. I mean, I'm not sitting here hating on Beyonce. I don't think she's unintelligent or anything like that. I do think she's neurodivergent, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, that is a really good point. Actually, I mean, for me, Beyonce, it lives on like a different frequency. Like, and I don't mean that in like just a woo woo, kind of way. I mean that in more of a neuroatypical way. Like, I think that she is a visually minded person, but in terms of like navigating herself and just regular life shit, I don't think that that's like her thing. I think she would struggle with that regardless of her status, regardless of her money. I just think she's not. No, what? So you're gonna create an accident, nigga? I'm gonna go slower. Just I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah, I just think she exists like in a different space entirely, and it's very good for her to be a showman, to be a performer, to be an entertainer, because she can just live in this other reality all the time. Like she doesn't really have to come down to earth all that much. And the only time that she, might be more grounded on earth is when she's like doing business, like as far as business goes. Like you saw what happened with that Khalees got tight about using that song that wasn't hers. Okay. Sorry, Khalees, but it's not your song. She got mad that Beyonce sampled that, and she made a big fuss on social media and got all kinds of black women, panties twisted. Like, y'all, chill out. Beyonce had all rights to take that song. What are you doing? She had all rights to sample that. Like, I don't know. Khalees really should. I get it because she wasn't gonna make no money off it, so she was pissed off and it triggered her. I get that, but business wise, this is what I'm saying. Like, business wise, Beyonce just, she's like, I can do it, so I'm gonna do it. But when she realized that it wasn't a good look, did she even engage? Did she even go into the back and forth? Did she say anything? Did she issue a statement? No. All she did was take it down. She's like, all right, we got other versions. Just take it down and keep it moving. Like a lot of people were like, well, why didn't Beyonce say anything? Why didn't she issue a statement? Why didn't she apologize? And that's what I mean. I think most people, that is their natural inclination, is to feel as though there needs to be some kind of social discourse. And I don't think Beyonce navigates like that. First of all, she can't talk. Like, you notice that she doesn't really speak that much anymore. Because every time she opened her mouth in the past, she sounded like people want to be like, oh, that's anti-black. No, nigga, Megan Thee Stallion can talk. Okay, she can talk. They're from the same place. Beyonce can't talk. Even her own father said that she can't, and that's okay. You don't have to talk, all right? And that's why she doesn't anymore. So yeah, I do think she's neurodivergent. That does put her in even more, like, if she is, this is just my opinion. I'm not like, this is just my opinion. Um, but if she is neurodivergent, that would put her in an even more compromised situation to then be groomed and handled by a way older dude and isolated where he's just feeding you all kinds of whatever in your ear. And remember that part in her documentary? I forget the name of the documentary, but she told him that like she was toasting him and said that he taught her how to be a woman. Like that is just so cringe and creepy. Even if she's not neurodivergent, okay? It's just so cringe and creepy given the age that she was when they met. Like disgusting. The fuck are you talking about? You taught me how to be a woman. So yeah, I say all that to say, like, sometimes it's right in front of your face. Like, I would not be surprised. Why be surprised? First of all, the look, every single rapper out here that has had even just one number one hit has been with an underage female. They just have. Um, Now, are all of them like inclined to be with underage people? I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, these underage girls, they get into these parties, they have fake IDs, they're runaways, they get handled by certain type of echelon of pimps, get them into these groupie ass parties. And dudes are not checking for IDs. They're turning a blind eye even if they know she's looking kind of youngish. Okay? So why would Jay-Z, what about Jay-Z makes anyone think he has a standard? Like, oh no, not no, I would never. You was with a 17-year-old, made her your wife, and before that you were wiling out. No doubt he had up in his bed. So we already know he got a bunch of outside children. And I don't even care about that. Like for the kids, I think it's fucked up, but it's nothing new. I mean, people are so cliche, you know? People are very cliche. Most people are, oh God, look at this nigga. What is going on? why why ride my bumper? Like that's not gonna get you anywhere. I'm still gonna be going the same speed and we're hitting a red light. So are you dumb or is you stupid? Like what's going on? Something wrong with them. I don't know. I think they got a lead foot or something. He is really on me. I don't know why these people are like this. I live around a very specific population of people, and they all drive this real crazy way. I ain't gonna say anything else, but Kanye, all right? Um, I lost my train of thought. Mm. Oh yeah, people are like way more cliche than you give them credit for. Like to think that someone is so different or outside the box. Like I mean, he ain't the first or the last dude to have some outside children or some children he doesn't want to claim, and throw some money at them. You know, that's what Ray Charles did. I mean, he ain't the only one either. That's just what people do, right, wrong, or indifferent. So when that comes out too, so one thing that Storm Monroe said was like Beyonce has been living separately from Jay-Z. She doesn't really like him, but she can't get out. Like I'm curious about that. To me, that sounds like pure gossip. To me, it just sounds like someone just talking. I don't believe that. If it's true, it's true, but I don't really believe that. I believe they could be living separately, but I don't think she's trapped. Like for like how? What how? This is my thing. If she's just like stuck with him, she can't leave him, then she wouldn't be able to leave him if he gets exposed either. Okay? Like I don't believe that. I think she chooses to be where she is. He also said some stuff about her being like possibly an alcoholic or dabbling in like substances or having mental health issues. I mean, like to me, like that's just OD. Like talking about people. A lot of people struggle with mental health issues, and a lot of times that does lead to substance abuse. So like these like I want to know what people really think of celebrities sometimes. Like do you really think that they're all that? Because they're not doing anything different than anybody else except they have more money, so access to things, private jets, or they might go to some nicer homes and just like more luxury. But like mental health, substance abuse, like that's pretty normal like that for America. Like you really think they're just living like this clean and sober life? Why would they do that anyway? They have access to like all the substances in the world. This whole country is like addicted to something. If it's not sugar or food or alcohol or pills or hard drugs, like everybody on something. People are addicted to the internet. They're addicted to their phones, their devices. People are addicted to something up in here. Like it just is what it is. Some people are addicted to adrenaline. They do high risk behavior, addicted to sex. Like it is what it is. Some people think they're not addicted to shit, but you addicted to your fantasies. Yeah, you're out here fantasizing about how you're gonna have all this money and all this wealth and power and accolades and every single day gets you through the fucking day, doesn't it? People are addicted to exercise. You know, it's just like this just all over the place. I don't know why like Beyonce wouldn't be drinking or doing any drugs, and why Jay-Z wouldn't have outside children or fuck with minors. Like I don't know why not. Like I it sounds so cynical, but it's true. Like who do you think these people are, especially somebody like Jay-Z? Oh god, it's a mess. This dude sits here and makes all his money off of the terrible things he's done to people, or at least exaggerating it, because I don't think he did as much as he claims he did. I think he might have seen some people do that shit. I think he might have done it like a little bit, but then quickly went into music. I don't really think he did all that shit. Um, and look what he did to Beyonce. I mean, she got with him, and all of a sudden she's like crawling all over the fucking floor in panties. Like, like how do you become more? This is not on no like slut shaming or anything like that. It's just like to me, it's a little bit, it's a little sus. How do you become more hoish after you get married? Like, for lack of a better term, it's not really judgment. It's just something I'm peeping. Like, some people were like, it's empowering. Who says you can't be a wife and be a freak? Yeah. But when you're on stage with your husband, scantily clad, gyrating everywhere in front of like thousands of people night after night after night, and it's making y'all money, it's a little bit like pimping to me. I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of black women that said that she can't get away from him. I just don't believe she can't. It might be like some kind of subconscious thing, like you feel like you can't leave somebody, but you can. Nothing would surprise me though. Absolutely nothing.